Welcome back to the Auction Car Reconditioning channel. I'm Brian, this is my furry sidekick, and we're about to jump back on the Range Rover here and restore some plastic trim. And I have yet another way that you can restore and protect at the same time, cut the time down on you working on your vehicle and increase time that you have enjoying it. And I think you'll appreciate that. And then once you have this restored and the plastic trim restored, and then protected and it's cured, then just maintain it every 3 months. And it doesn't matter if it's a gray or a black plastic trim. It doesn't matter if it's smooth or textured plastic trim. What I show you in a couple seconds here is going to take care of all of it. Let's get started. On this particular vehicle, the A, B, and D pillars are a plastic trim. Slightly textured and definitely a satin finish. It's supposed to be a dark, rich satin finish, but it's dull, it's oxidized. The sun has been beating on this vehicle for about 20 years. We have some staining here on the B pillars. Back here, we have the same problem. We're going to restore that with the formula that I have to show you today, and we'll team that formula up with a 3-inch polisher and a real easy finishing pad, non-aggressive. The Kamikaze Amazing Glaze, number 8, all-in-one. This is a cleansing polish with very fine micro ceramic abrasives. It also has protection, and the protection is described as carbon nanotube technology. I'm not sure what the hell that is, but when it cures in about 24 hours, ceramic coatings and graphene coatings can bond to it, and PPF as well. So we're going to team it up with this polisher here, and we'll restore the plastic trim, and I'll show you what it looks like because it looks amazing. Give me a few seconds to throw a piece of tape halfway down the A-pillar here. I guess we'll restore the top half. That way I can show you the huge difference we're going to make on this oxidized, dull plastic trim. Take a few seconds and shake up the rich formula. Now, this is it's not a viscous polish. It's very thin, so watch how it comes out. And it's going to soak into your pads, especially a foam pad. But it doesn't take a lot. Just a few drops onto the pad is going to be enough to restore it. Let me show you. And I have a black waffle weave finishing pad that'll keep things cool as we're polishing. That's all you need. That's good enough. That's actually a little bit too much, but we're going to use it anyway. Now, if there was some sort of rubber grommet or seal at the edges running up through here or in towards the windshield, you can use masking tape and tape those up and protect them. There's only a piece of rubber at the top here, so I'm going to skip that for this procedure. And we're going to spread out the product and then turn the polisher up between the 2nd and 3rd speed setting. So it's not going to be screaming. We're not going to have the polisher screaming on the fastest speed setting. And we're going to be moving slow, about an inch every 2 to 3 seconds, a little bit slower than correction speed. And not a ton of pressure, just the weight of the polisher. I'm just guiding it back and forth. Now, I did lose a lot of the audio for this, and I have to do a voiceover. So in between me speaking, it's going to be nice and peaceful and quiet, but you're going to be able to see what I'm doing, and you'll get the information that I wanted to relay to you. With plastic that's like this, it's not crazy oxidized with a thick layer of dead paint molecules. It's just dull. And I'll do a crisscross pattern up and down and then left and right over the post, and that will be enough to restore it and protect it. This is a very thin polish. It gets wicked in and absorbed rather quickly. So if you have a piece that's heavily oxidized, you may need to add some more product. When you're doing trim like this, there will be transfer onto the pads, and I recommend cleaning the pads out between every pass, or at least between every pillar if you can, to keep them effective. Now this is a black pad, you can't see it, but trust me, the dead paint molecules are transferring over onto the pad. Just grab a B or C tier microfiber. You don't want a new microfiber to get this job done. It'll be messy and you're just going to be wiping up dead paint or dead plastic molecules and spent polish. And you don't want your best towels. A short nap microfiber will work perfectly fine. You don't need, a 400 or 500 GSM that you would use for delicate paint correction for a job like this. Let me grab you guys and bring you in close. I know you can see the huge difference that we've made already, but I want to show you that this looks natural, like a brand new piece, even better. It doesn't look gaudy like you sprayed it down with silicone or used some type of chemical. I'd rather use this mechanical process teamed up with the Kamikaze Amazing Glaze number 8 and get everything done in one fell swoop and move on and get done with this job quickly. Look at that, looks incredible. Per side, restoring all the plastic trim here should take you no more than 10 minutes. So let's move on to the B pillar here. This plastic, the A, B, and C pillars are all slightly different plastic, even though it looks similar. You can tap on it and hear that it makes a different type of hollow sound. So I'm going to do the back part of the pillar right there and leave the front part as a nice 50-50 to see. And what I'm looking for, since there's water spots and etching on the B pillars, is for that to be removed, restored, and looking incredible. Again, a lot of times there are rubber seals or rubber grommets around the pillars, and if you choose to tape those off, you can. So let me just do this backside here. We'll fire up the polisher, spread out the polish. Spreading it out nice and even and keeping it even from start to finish is important, and that's important to having the piece look fluid and nice and even and not blotchy looking when you're done. This stuff does a great job of leaving the plastic trim looking even all the way across and restored to a new piece of plastic. All right, we'll wipe off the residue. I put this on heavy, and it's still easy to wipe off, and you can already tell the difference between the two, but it did remove the water spotting, the etching. It looks nice and even and is now restored and protected. Take a look. Let's head to the back here at the hatch. This piece sounds more hollow than anything else. This one's hollow, and the B pillar is kind of really solid. Not sure what type of plastic that is. And then it's a tingy sound up front here, but it's still plastic as well. Let me tape off a section. Let's restore the bottom part of it this time. And then before we end the video, I will restore everything so it looks nice and even. You see what that looks like. Should look like a new vehicle from the top of the door on up to the roof. Let me load up the pad. Let me come in here. We'll do the exact same thing and restore this last piece. With the tape removed, you can see the night and day difference. It looks incredible. Again, doesn't look gaudy. It looks natural, like a new piece, like we just replaced it, but we saved all that money. And we just purchased the 10 ounces of the number 8 all-in-one from Kamikaze. So let me go ahead and finish the rest of the plastic and show you what that looks like. Now the trim is completely finished. Looks uniform, looks good, looks restored, not overdone or gaudy. And in just a few minutes, you're finished. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this video. Again, this stuff is the Kamikaze Amazing Glaze number 8 all-in-one. I'll put a link down below in case you want to find out where it's available and look into it a little bit further. It's a quick, very quick, and very easy way to restore plastic trim and protect it at the same time. And just maintain it every 3 months or so with your favorite wax or sealant or coating or spray ceramic coating. Many, many ways to maintain it and keep it looking good. So that's it. The shop manager and I are going to call it a day. Let me know what you think of how it did down in the comment section if you would be interested, and maybe something that you have to compare to it that works great for you. I'll catch you in the next video.